Hey, I'm back, guys. Today I'm going to start one of my favorites. That is, we're going to do barbecue ribs, pork ribs. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a dry seasoning. That'll be the first part of it. After that, I'll show you how we cook it, the 5-hour method. From there, we'll show the finished product and how we grill it up. So here's part one. Enjoy. Seasoning container, then I'm going to go ahead and put it in. Mix it up in there and try that out so I can just sprinkle it. Alright, let's start out. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and do paprika. And do 2 tablespoons of paprika. I'm going to get onion powder, do a tablespoon of that. Garlic powder. Same thing, tablespoon. Celery salt. Maybe 2 teaspoons. Seasoned salt. Maybe 2 teaspoons. You don't want too much salt, it'll kind of dry out the pork. Alright, so I'm on thyme. You can do thyme leaves. I'm going to go ahead and use rubbed thyme. Do a tablespoon of that. Brown sugar, 1/2 cup. Okay. Black pepper, 2 teaspoons. And 1 teaspoon, we'll do 1 teaspoon. And chili powder. Just about a teaspoon of that. This is, I guess this would be more considered a Kansas City kind of rub because it has sugar in it, salt. Memphis rub, 1.5 of sugar and salt. You don't want to do this if you're going to do, you're going to cook ribs or whatever you're going to rub this on. You're going to cook it under a high heat rapidly because it'll burn because of sugar. That's why we're using this. We're doing a 5.5-hour recipe, so get it all mixed up real good. And that's it. Simple. Next step you'll see is when I put it on the ribs. Hey guys, I'm working on some ribs. What I'm going to do now is I've made a dry rub, and I'm going to show you how to prepare the ribs, get them ready for cooking, and I'm going to continue all the way to the point where I put them in the oven. So here we go. Let me know how it tastes. Okay guys, what I have here is I've got just 2 slabs of ribs. This is a different rib. I haven't used it before. It's a St. Louis spare rib. Just looking at it, they're definitely small, and they have a lot of the back fat on them on this one, and then not too much. That's more meat than I don't even feel any bones. So normally what I like to use is a Danish rib, either a baby back rib. Sometimes in the grocery stores you can get 10-pound boxes of a Dynasty Danish product that's really good. I always usually get that, but they don't have that where I live now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to score the back of it. One of the secrets to getting fall off the bone ribs is to score the back. This membrane back here will keep the ribs stuck together if you don't do this. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go about 1 inch apart all the way down, okay, and score or cut that membrane. Alright, I've done that. Now I'm going to go the other direction. Careful with your fingers. Sometimes it's a little easier if it's frozen or partly frozen. Okay, so you can see, I hope you can see I've got pretty much X's on it. I'm going to make sure I cut through that membrane. Now I'm going to go about 3 lines all the way down, straight down. Make sure you're using a sharp knife. Alright, I'll do it a few more times. This is a lot of membrane on here, so make sure that it's scored nice and good. So you can see that. Alright. This side doesn't have a, it's more piece of meat, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Hopefully it won't all fall apart while I cook it. Alright, flip it over. Nothing really to be done on this side. You can see it's got some fat on there. That should dissolve. This isn't very good. These aren't very good slabs. Look at all that fat. If we do it right, we'll make it good. Tastes good even though it's not the best piece of meat. Alright, just do the one side. Don't do both sides like I just did. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my dry rub, and I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle it on there. Okay. And this is a dry rub, which means rub. Rub it into the meat. Cover it, rub it in good. Don't just do one side either, do both. Alright, flip it over. Get that other side. Rub it in. Any flaps or anything, I'm going to get it in there too. Oh yeah. Alright. There's that part of it. Action. Alright guys, next part of the rib cooking process. I'm preheating my oven to 250 degrees. Got This is how restaurants do their ribs. If you wonder, when they don't have a pit, what we like to do is they get liquid smoke, and that gives it the smoky flavor. So you're going to get a 4-ounce bottle of liquid smoke. You're going to put the whole thing in. And about 2 cups of water. Alright. Mix it up. And we'll put it in a hotel pan or any pan that you have that's big enough to hold the ribs. You can cut the ribs if you want. Instead of doing a full slab, you can cut it into half slabs. That way, if you have a pan that fits it. But the main thing is put something in the bottom so that your ribs aren't sitting in the liquid smoking water. I've got a grate that I took off of my outside barbecue grill. Alright, and the next step would be to just to set the rib slabs in there. And you want to do them facing up, just so that as it cooks, the smoke, the liquid smoke and stuff, the flavor and the heat will circulate around the actual slabs of rib. I've got a pan here that I'm used to using for lots of slabs. So, alright, I'm going to just do this a little bit. I'm not cooking for too many. So we've got our ribs in there, liquid smoke in there, and our water. Next step, plastic wrap. We want to make this airtight. So basically what we're going to be doing is smoking the ribs in there with a moist, smoky flavor, and we don't want that to escape, because that's what's going to get it really soften up the pork. So I'm putting on my plastic wrap. Nice and tight. So important. The low temperature that we're cooking at won't hurt this plastic wrap. Just really want to make sure it's airtight. Alright, nice and tight. Next thing, aluminum foil. What this is going to do, 2 sides of aluminum foil, 1 side shinier. I always put the shiny side down. What that's going to do is kind of reflect the heat inside of here. So as it's cooking, it's really moving. Alright, and that helps hold the plastic wrap in and take in a little bit too. Snug as a bug in a rug. There you go. Now I'm going to put that in my oven. I'll put a cookie sheet on top of it, just to keep it from, just to hold it down. Alright guys, it's been about 4 hours and 45 minutes, so what we're going to do is we're going to carefully pull it back. Well, be careful, it's going to be hot, don't burn yourself. But we want to just check it and see how much longer it needs to be in. Right now is when the steam's going to get you, so be careful. see what we got here. Alright, so if you see, some of the bones have already fallen off. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. This is how you can tell if it's done. If you grab it, and if you pull a bone and it comes right out, I don't know if you can see that, it comes right out. It's good. So I know I'm good. Meat nice and tender, fall off the bone. Take this all off and turn the oven off. Alright, now what we want to do is just let it sit out. We want it to just sit out, like get about room temperature, 70 degrees or so, and then what we're going to do is, alright, so my ribs are 70 degrees. I'm just going to go ahead and, this is some melted bacon grease. Just brush it on, and what this is going to do is go into those pores and keep it from drying out the pore. You want to do both sides, do it real good too, okay? Now this dry rub doesn't have a whole lot of kick to it, so obviously trial and error. Do it however you deem fit. You can buy a dry rub at the grocery store, Porky's, Rendezvous, whatever you want, or you make your own. But at least now you know how to make the procedure for making it fall off the bone. And then when we finish these up, throw them on the grill. I'll film that for you guys. So now I'm just going to wrap them up in plastic wrap. You know, if you want to cut them up into 4 pieces, that's fine. Cut it right in between. Don't cut it along the bone. Cut it in the middle of the meat. That way the bone won't fall out. And there you go. Voila.